everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sending y'all love, peace, and prosperity today. Um, Today I just wanted to talk about nothing for real. I'm just gonna speak because that's just what I feel. But um, lately I've been going through like another little spiritual awakening, ascension journey. I feel like that's the energy of the planet right now. Because it's a lot that's coming out, a lot that's being shown, and I feel like you either succumb to it or you rise above it. And I've noticed a lot of people who were like spiritual or whatever on their path to self-discovery is how I would consider it, have kind of turned and went back to like religion or the church or Jesus. I've been seeing a lot of people, finding Jesus or Jesus saving them, etc., etc. And there's nothing, wrong with that. Do what y'all do. I just have been meditating on it a lot because I'm like, why? Not necessarily that it matters in my world, but it's like, why is this the energy of the collective? Why are people surrendering to giving their power away? And I understand because it's a lot that's going on and it's a lot of fear out there. And I feel like a lot of people are scared, and people who don't really understand who they are or understand that they are the source, they are the creator, they are like the extension of that energy. Like, you literally are the same energy that you're praying to or that you are expecting to save you. Are the ones who are kind of shifting back to that herd mentality. I don't want to like speak to like judgmentally, because I'm not judging anybody. Like, everybody's going to do what they were called to do. They're going to do what is played out for their own destiny. But it's just kind of it's interesting to see, especially people who are so far on like their journey. And this is why you can't pay attention to everybody that's out there. First of all, you don't need to be paying attention to anything outside of yourself, because this journey is about self. But like, people who were like big on, these platforms speaking on spirituality or energy or like finding who you are and finding your power, have kind of ran back to that version of somebody else outside of themselves coming to save them or show them the way. And as far as myself, what I came to terms with when I was meditating is just like, it's just a lot of fear. And I feel like it's kind of the same when, the whole Christianity thing was brought to, especially our ancestors. But it was a fear thing. Like, people are scared of what's going on in the world, so they're looking for a savior. And it's so crazy because that's the exact thing that keeps you stuck in the cycle. And for myself, like, I have realized that I've been holding myself back a lot. And I feel like when you kind of can't see what's coming, when you can't trust in who you are, like, if you can't really tune into yourself and allow yourself to be in that Christ energy and embody the knowing that you have inside of you, it's like you're going to divert and you're going to kind of reach for anything that will validate your experience, when you have to face that shit yourself. Like, you really have to face your shadows. You have to face why you're experiencing life the way that you're experiencing it. And I was watching a video, and it was like this guy, and he was saying, stop, get out of that. So pretty much he was talking about how he was facing a lot of darkness and he couldn't find his way like to the light, pretty much with the spiritual route. And he had this experience where he seen this light, and pretty much Jesus came to save him, and now he's like free from his depression and darkness and et cetera, which that is really good. Props for anybody that's making it through, you know, heavy energy. But I feel like for people who know and understand who they are, it's like all it takes is alchemy. In this journey, I feel like a lot of people get caught up with the tools and the glitz and the glamour and I'm gonna manifest this and I'm gonna get money and I'm gonna get a relationship, and all of that is still external validation. Like, that is not the point of finding who you are. The point is to know your power. The point is to remember your power, to remember all of the knowledge that you already have within you. Like, everything that you could possibly need or want or feel like you need or want is already within you. Like, it's already there. And I feel like that's what a lot of people who were on this journey, they lacked understanding of, and a deep understanding of it. It's like, you are the source of everything that you're looking for, but you have to get out of your own way, and you have to be willing to face your demons. I feel like when it comes to religion and anything like love, anything that people are seeking for externally, like, you're never going to find that peace that you so truly desire, because you already giving that power to something outside of yourself. Like, you already feel like you don't have that. You already are telling your mind that you don't have that. And people don't really take the time to understand themselves. It's just a lot of regurgitated information. People reading books, but they not meditating on the information. You're not actually asking yourself, how can I apply this to the way that I'm living, the way that I'm responding? How can I actually embody this energy? And it's just a whole bunch of regurgitation. Like, it's just a whole bunch of facades. That's what I feel like. And so now that the pressure is getting real, it's like people running, and now they need a savior again. And now all of a sudden the journey is demonic, and that's not gonna, give you the peace that Jesus is gonna give you. Like, on my journey, like, I have never been really heavy religious. Like, my mom, she took us to church every Sunday, sometimes on Wednesdays. My family, a lot of them are heavy Christians, and they say their things, they do their things, but I have never found peace or true joy until I started facing myself, like, for real. And when I say face yourself, I mean do shadow work. I mean, like, don't just be doing what everybody else does because everybody else is doing it. Like, the shrooms and all that is cool. It's going to help you open up your mind more, but that's not the point of all of this. The point is to know who you are. The point is to alchemize energy that you've been conditioned to place yourself under and break free of that. The point is sovereignty. The point is to know your power. And that's what I came to terms with in when I'm asking myself these questions. It's like, girl, you are the only person that's holding you back. Like, everything that God or spirit or universe, the creator, love, whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to put on it, is telling you is yourself. Like, that is literally you. The voices that you hearing in your head is you. The voice of God that you claim is speaking to you, that's you. Like, that is your higher self. That is your higher energy that is talking to you, that is guiding you. And all you have to do is allow yourself to embody that. And it's difficult because we want to look like everybody else. We want to, be validated by anything outside of ourselves. So we divert from our own path. We divert from the things that we've been called to do, myself included. Like, I have been called to do a lot of things, and I'm the only one that's holding myself back because I fear what somebody's going to think about me, or I fear what my family's going to say about me, or I have, my own limiting beliefs that keep me from achieving the things that I've been called to do. And I really don't feel like anything outside of myself can give me better guidance than I can give myself. And I know that. Like, it's not even a feeling, it's a knowing, because that's the only thing that has actually freed me from the illusions. Like, it's so easy to see everything that's going on now, but like before I did the work and before I faced who like people have taught me to be, it was like, well, who's gonna come save me? Who's gonna come, take all the pain away from me? Who's gonna come, like, why am I living here? Why am, like, the victim mentality, just the ego just killing me slowly. Like, girl, you are the only one that's gonna save you. Like, you have to get up and put in the work. And what I mean by putting in the work is working on yourself, working on implementing all the things that you need in order to succeed. And for me, that was a better diet, starting with the diet, because every time I diverge off my diet, I feel it. I feel the anxiety, I feel the depression, I feel the worry, the fear. And it's literally because I'm poisoning myself with shit that shouldn't be in my body. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it started with changing the diet. Then my mind was able to be clear, and it went from there. It was like, okay, let me start meditating. Let me start spending time with myself on a daily, asking myself questions and answering my own questions. Because everything, like, literally, anytime I sit down and I meditate and I ask myself a question, answer's right there. And if I don't get the answer right then and there, it's because I'm probably not at the point of being able to receive that. And then that's when I put in the work to be able to receive. So then I dig into why am I afraid of receiving things? Why am I not allowing myself to receive these things? Why is it hard for me to ask for help? Why is it hard for me to receive compliments? Why is it hard for me to allow people to be there for me, And I ask myself these questions, and I dig and I dig and I dig until I find the root cause, because it's way deeper than just like, oh, I want to do it myself. Like, that's not what we were built to do. Like, humans are built to have community. We are supposed to be helping each other and working with each other. We've gotten to a point where it's like nobody cares about the next person, because we are all conditioned with fear. Like, niggas is scared to even do for themselves, because we are so stuck in a lack mentality that, no, I'm not doing for my neighbor. No, they need to get it themselves. No, I'm not giving my money away because I need this money to take care of myself. What am I going to do? It's all so twisted and backwards, and it's a lot of division that's being promoted. But the point of humanity is to evolve, and we are here to help each other. And we are such at a point that's just so divided that people cannot it's just so I can't even get into that, because it just, honestly, it brings my spirit down to even think of how divided humanity has become. And so when I actually put in the work to ask myself these questions, I get the answers that I need. And then from there, wisdom, now that you have the knowledge, your wisdom comes from implementing the knowledge and acting on it. Like, it's one thing to read books and research and get the information that you need. It's another thing to actually apply that information. And that's when you become wise, and that's when you evolve the most. And so for anybody out there that is feeling like they're stuck in this darkness, or you are constantly stuck in the fear, it's because you're refusing, a part of your being is refusing to ascend and to apply the things that you know. And that's the only way you're going to reach the next levels, or the light, or the peace, or the joy. It's like you have to actually apply the things that you're learning. So when it comes to being conscious, you have to apply, like, being present and being mindful of the things that you keep around. If you are seeing that, if you're learning, you're reading, and you're researching about how energy works, and you know that if you put yourself in an environment with things that bring down your energy, Why are you surprised when you are continuing to have your energy fluctuate because you are putting yourself in situations that allow your energy to fluctuate? Or you haven't even mastered the fact that you can be anywhere and not allow it to deter your energy, and then you blame it on spirituality, or you blame it on the practice, and you haven't done the work to actually implement what you know. Like, it's the same thing as if you go and join a religion and you refuse to follow the commandments or whatever. Like, you're gonna experience the opposite of what you actually desire to experience because you're not putting in the work. And so, like I said, if you're out there experiencing darkness and you feel like the path isn't working and the things that you know isn't working, like, really ask yourself, not even just ask yourself, really take a look at your life and see what action are you putting in to achieve what you want to feel. What action are you putting in to see yourself? Like, how are you embodying the stuff that you know? How are you actually embodying that? Because I can sit up here all day and read you books and read you information that comes off a list, but are you actually meditating on a daily? Are you actually, like, using meditation to get deeper into yourself? Are you actually asking yourself questions during meditation? Are you actually, like, listening to what you hear from yourself during meditation? When you get, like, those instincts to act on something, are you actually acting on it? Or are you allowing the excuses of your ego to keep you stuck in the place that you don't want to be? And this is coming from I'm speaking from myself, because I literally had to have this conversation with myself, because I know what is real. For me, I know what is real, and I don't have to, like, prove it to anybody else, because I know why I'm here. I know what purpose I have here. I know, like, my purpose as a human being in general. Like, I know that I'm here to evolve. And so what practices am I implementing to evolve? Am I feeding my body whole foods, live foods? Am I feeding my being well so that I can feel well in the mind? Am I protecting my energy by keeping myself out of spaces that I know don't make me feel good? Am I protecting my energy by receiving things that are going to, nourish my being? Or am I spending hours on social media seeing this and that, arguments all day and people fighting and all this stuff that's going on around the world? Am I watching the news every day, focus on what the government is doing and what, whoever else is doing, instead of putting that energy into myself and pouring that love into myself and my creations? Am I really putting the action behind the things that I'm learning? And are you being wise? Like, simply, are you being wise? Are you allowing yourself to embody wisdom? Or are you just making excuses? If you want to see change, you have to be the change. And I understand grace. I understand patience as well, because there's no need to rush. Like, this whole new age spirituality, I feel like it does have a lot of, it's become like another religion. And that's why I really don't like labeling it as spirituality, but self-discovery and remembering your power. It's not even finding your power, but remembering it, because you have that within you already. But it's about, are you willing to put in that work to remember those things? Are you willing to put in the work to fog your glasses? Are you willing to put in the work to remove the illusion and to see past that? And that's what they mean by having your third eye open. It's not you gonna see, demons and aliens run around and blah, 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 blah. It's like, are you actually able to see past the illusion that this place is, that everything that you've been taught is? Like, are you actually willing to put in the work to see past that? And when you answer that question for yourself, then come back and see if it was the religion that was the problem, or if it was you. And like I was saying, I understand being patient with yourself. And it takes a lot of patience, and you also have to detach from the timeline, and you have to detach from the idea of time, and feeling like you have to have things done by a certain time, because all of that is an illusion as well. And so once you really learn and you understand that you are the path, there's nothing outside of yourself that you have to fear or worry about. Like, you really don't have to worry about anything but working on yourself, and you will have everything that you think you want. You have it already. All you got to do is clear up the fog that's within yourself. And I'm going to keep, pushing you to choose yourself, because that's the whole point of this, is to choose yourself, to live for yourself, to understand yourself, to know thyself, and to embody the Christ energy that you already are. Simple.